I want to back up and go back to your starting mix. You touched base on it a little bit. You had mentioned that you're mostly in peat, mixture with perlite, you're using down-to-earth nutrients. Can you be a little bit more specific on what's your ratio of peat to aeration and what specific amendments you're mixing in to begin with?
Yeah, so I'm actually, right now, I'm actually using bagged potting soil. This last run, I actually used Ocean Forest because I had 3 or 4 bags laying around. I plan on getting away from that just to save some money. But from what I understand, that's a typical, 3-3-3 of, like peat moss, compost, and then an aeration like perlite. I would like to get away from perlite because when I hand water, it all just kind of tends to float to the top. I'm thinking of going with rice hulls because of their aeration quality, as well as that they break down and provide silica to your plant. But there's been some talk about something. I don't know, man. Like something, I forget what it is, but there's been some talk about how they can produce some type of negative chemical or something, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. So the potting soil, it's already bagged up. And then what I did this round, now what I usually do is I've been using Nature's Living Soil. And so that's just a concentrate that they provide to you, which is basically like a bunch of dry amendments already kind of cooked up, by the microbial life, and it's readily available. It also has microbes in it. That's typically what I would use before. And I would just add that to a Happy Frog or a Ocean Forest, or Pro Mix, or any of those potting soils. You add that to like the bottom third, or mix it thoroughly, and it's supposed to be like pretty much a water only all the way through. What I'm doing now is I've switched gears and I bought all of the dry amendments to make my own super soil from Down to Earth, and this is my first time doing it. So I can't really speak as to how it's working or anything like that. I've just got some seedlings that just sprouted up that are in their final pots in that mix. But what I did was I just mixed that into the bottom half, and then the top half I just did Ocean Forest. So the idea is, and some people say Ocean Forest is too hot for autos. I have never had one auto have an issue. So, to each their own, but that's just been my experience. So, I start seedlings and that stuff with no issues. So on the top half of my pot, I have got Fox Farm Ocean Forest, and I did add perlite. I like to add, quite a bit. I like to have really, really, really well draining aerated soil. And so, the bottom half is, Ocean Forest with the dry amendments mixed up inside of them. And so basically, my seed will just pop up and it will grow in that Ocean Forest. And when the plant is mature enough and it's a little more established, it'll hit that super soil, and it'll begin to use that to uptake those nutrients that the microbes have been breaking down for the last couple of weeks. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not sure if I'm just going to keep going down that route. I'm considering getting into purchasing like a 2-foot by 4-foot bed and getting some peat moss and some rice hulls and some of my own compost and starting my own living soil indoors. But I've got a lot to learn when it comes to that, and I don't want to just pull the trigger on that without doing my research first, because I don't want to waste my time.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.